Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brewdog and it's a can of their East Coast Crush New England IPA coming in at 4.8% ABV. There's a look at the can. Cost me about £2.50, which is very reasonable for a Brewdog beer. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass then. Well, I say reasonable. I picked it up in Brewdog's bar in Cardiff. I know you can probably pick up a punk now these days for probably about £2 a bottle. But this is a slightly different style of beer. This is smaller batch, a little bit more interesting. So you don't really mind spending £2.50 on a can of probably half decent beer. We got a one finger white head. It looks terrific. Lovely look to it, lovely colour. Nice haze, straw coloured hazy beer. Beers like, I mean, they used to call them Vermont IPAs years ago. New England IPA, you're gonna get a haze. It's expected to look like this. Let's get the aroma. It smells really nice. Juicy, mango, passion fruit. So far so good. This smells, I was drinking a fantastic New England IPA just yesterday. It was called King Sue from Toppling Goliath, and that was really good. But this, I mean, I know the ABV is a lot lower. The Toppling Goliath beer was nearly 8%. This is 4.8. But it smells just as hoppy. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's fabulous. That is fabulous. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. That's exactly what I want from a pale ale. It's juicy, it's refreshing, it's incredibly drinkable, there's a ton of flavour, it's a lovely level of carbonation, pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. Everything that I could possibly, for a £2.50 beer, this is incredible. The reason why I keep saying £2.50 beer is because I've been looking online recently at, you always go to the news section, don't you, of the online bottle shops, see what's coming out. And a lot of the new beers these days, albeit they're probably in a 440 can, a little bit more, this is a 330 can, they're £6-7 a can, and I'm thinking, it's making me, I'm bulking at the price. I'm like, I just cannot justify paying £6-7, maybe £8. The beer will be delicious, it will be absolutely delicious, but is it worth £6-7 a can? For me, no, I don't think so. This is a really good example of a New England IPA. It's 4.8% ABV. It was £2.50. It's really good, really tropical, mango, passion fruit. Brewdog have managed to work on that. If you've been watching my channel for a number of years now, you've noticed the last few years I've been mentioning that Brewdog flavour in the beer. A lot of their beers had this kind of typical Brewdog taste to it. Not in here. Not in here. I could drink this from, if this was given to me in a blind taste test, I reckon I would say this is one of those £6-7 beers. No, none of that kind of generic Brewdog taste. It smells good, tastes good. Perfect pale ale. a little bit of sweetness to begin with, a little bit of bitterness on the back end. Terrific, really, really terrific. This is the most impressed I've been by a Brewdog beer for, I say that, I go through phases. I think everybody goes through phases with Brewdog. They're going through stages of being quite unpredictable. You don't really know for sure if you're going to get a really good beer anymore from Brewdog, and that pains me to say that. What was that? I had a beer they collaborated with Buxton. It was an Imperial Porter. It was, I think my wife bought it for me. I think it was about £6-7 a bottle, and it was thin. It was inconsistent. It was just rubbish, and I was really angry. And I think some of you guys might have watched the video. That was the last time I reviewed a Brewdog beer, and that must have been about a month ago. A month later, they've produced something terrific, quite remarkable. But I was having a chat with the bar manager the barman in Brewdog yesterday, and I was saying that's the biggest thing that frustrates me at the moment is the inconsistency. And I said, but that's probably down to the fact that they're still growing as a company. They've just bought Stone Berlin site in Berlin in Germany. They've turned it into a Brewdog, a brewing facility, probably for Europe. And they're still growing, progressing. They're becoming a really big company. And I think while that happens, you're going to get teething problems. You're going to get certain members of the team not keeping their eye on the ball really as much as they probably should do. And then the beer suffers. But enough about Brewdog's inconsistencies. We're standing here today enjoying a really good Brewdog beer. Probably the best New England style pale ale stroke IPA that I've ever had from Brewdog. East Coast Crush. This New England IPA pours as hazy yellow as a Vermont morning. Bags of tropical fruit aroma rise. Dry hops for a fruity hit with pineapple, mango and a touch of zesty lime. Brewed with wheat and oats and left unfiltered for a smooth, juicy delivery. Smooth, light and sessionable with a subtle, bitter, sweet finish. High on hops, low on bitterness, big on taste. East Coast Crush, a fully fruited fog machine. I didn't mention the mouthfeel. Indeed, yes, there's oats in the beer. You can feel that it's a lovely, creamy, drinkable, smashable, crushable mouthfeel. I'm going to rate that. That's the best beer I've had from Brewdog for a very, very long time. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That for me is a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.